put in our body is, as I say, food is information.
Right.
We know when we eat certain foods, it affects us in a certain way. That's because food is information, and the systems in our body basically reads that information and responds to it. Cinnamon is a good message when it comes to blood sugar and insulin metabolism. Most of the things we tend to eat over the course of the day are not. Drugs are another thing. This is not to replace drugs or medicines, but it's a tool that allows you and your doctor to have another sort of, what do they say, arrow in your quiver?
Yes.
Another weapon at your disposal to help push things in the proper direction.
Stay in the ordering process for yours. We see you there. And again, even though we're only spending a few moments on this, you can certainly find all the information online at hsn.com. Andrew has his very own vitamin store, don't you? It's like a virtual store over there.
Right. And what we also want to talk about briefly is
berberine.
Our berberine. That's another ingredient that recently has had a tremendous amount of research focus. You could find a lot of information and research about it online. As interesting as it is in terms of blood sugar and insulin metabolism, it's also interesting in terms of lipid metabolism and cholesterol level. So a really fascinating ingredient. You basically take one pill. I say take one pill with each meal throughout the day, 3 capsules daily. That's how it delivers its best results, and it's also incredibly positively reviewed.
So that's cinnamon and, of course, the berberine available as well. Well, we're excited for a couple of reasons. Number one, another special guest is with us. And number two, we are about to offer an extraordinary value on one of Andrew's most popular cookbooks. Folks, if you have your phone by your side, please be ready to start ordering. If you're online at hsn.com, maybe on your laptop or your tablet, get ready to place your order because Muriel has returned, Cordon Bleu trained chef, all-round amazing lady. Muriel, how are you?
Really good, Adam. How are you?
Good to see you.
Yes.
Last time I saw you, of course, we were in Las Vegas doing our special takeover show.
That's right.
Andrew, Muriel, just before we get into this amazing, amazing cookbook, I just want everybody to know, so nobody's upset with us, we are 60% off while supplies last.
Yes.
It is now only, and I had to look twice, $7.90 for a beautifully reviewed cookbook.
And it's a big, heavy, thick cookbook with, and it's got a spiral binding, because my mom insists that if you make a cookbook, because you don't want the back to be breaking things, you have to spiral bind them, so that's what we did. So, and again, keeping with what I said earlier, how you eat is the most important thing that defines your health. So we decided that this cookbook were basically, for not much more than it costs to print and put together, that's what you're getting.
Yeah, this cookbook is really wonderful. It uses like ingredient you can find in every grocery stores. It's very healthy, very simple to make, and it's kind of a remake of regular recipe we made healthier. So for example, I have quinoa mac and cheese with a cauliflower creamy sauce without cream, of course. You know, we have like our spaghetti squash meatballs, healthy turkey meatballs.
That's the only pasta I eat now is spaghetti squash, and it's amazing.
Really?
It's amazing, yep.
Yeah, a lot of times, sometimes we also...
Or her zucchini squash, right?
The zucchini squash or pasta. Very nice, very healthy, and it has 4.7 reviews.
4.7 star average, yeah.
Yeah, 4.7 star reviews, really amazing, very
May I dig
simple.
in for a second?
Yes, please.
And then there's the faux fried chicken over there.
Faux fried chicken.
So, right?
Yeah, we make the faux fried chicken a lot with like a healthy little Parmesan crouton, so no bread, nothing. Our healthy Chinese chicken salad.
My favorite.
That's one of Andrew's absolute favorite. And like Andrew said, his mom insisted on having
spiral binding.
Spiral binding.
Muriel is French.
What's that in French? Do we know the translation of that? The spiral bound?
Je crois spirale.
Ouais, spirale.
Ouais.
C'est ça. Andrew speaks fluently French, so we speak French a lot.
I wish I did, and then we could all join together in this.
Yeah.
On peut faire cette émission en français? No, I said we could do the show in French. No one would understand.
The closed captioning, folks, and have a great time there. We are very, very busy. Over 1,000 people placing their orders. Free shipping, I just saw as well. Guys, if you're stuck in a rut when it comes to what to make for dinner, or you're looking for healthier options, this is a gift.
Plus the original shipping and handling on this book, when we introduced it a couple of years ago, before the new shipping policies and all in here, it was almost the cost of the book today. Wow. So it's a great, if you just find 1 or 2 or 3 recipes, which I think you'll find a couple of dozen recipes that you'll love, or you'll modify them, that really eating well I'm a guy who makes vitamins. Eating well is the most important thing you can do. If you had a choice between supplementing brilliantly and eating pretty well, I'd say don't supplement brilliantly, just eat pretty well.
There you go.
Because nothing is more important. And this gives you so many clues because Muriel, as she's a cordon bleu trained chef, but these recipes all had to pass muster with me, and they had to be so easy to do that even I could do them. And that is saying a lot.
Usually about 20 minutes per recipe, very simple, healthy, delicious, using really good spices, because Andrew always recommends using spices instead of other more fattening or rich things, you know.
And plus, just so everyone knows, as much as Muriel is a cordon bleu trained chef, when I do my crazy things that I do exercising, like when I do mountain biking crazy trails, Muriel will be running alongside me as I'm climbing up these trails. Or if I'm going for, we go for long hikes or runs, whatever, for hours upon hours, Muriel is right there. So she's not just a skilled chef, she's also someone who walks the talk in terms of healthy lifestyle and fitness and things like that as well.
Well, you can see, I mean, you look at these recipes, and these are things that we might not necessarily know how to do unless we had the right recipes, and that's why Muriel, being a cordon bleu trained chef, this is so important. Muriel, what I love that you did, though, was that for the recipes, you laid out in a really easy to understand fashion what you need in the exact proportions that you need them.
Yeah, totally.
And the pictures.
So you can take the little cookbook to the grocery store, you know exactly what ingredients you have to buy, and the best thing after that is you have step-by-step picture to tell you exactly how to use it and what to do. So you don't have to think so much about it. Anybody, even people who do not cook, can follow my cookbooks.
And then the other thing, and we really did this because we were proud of what we created, that we put a nutrition fact panel for every recipe. Most recipe books, virtually all recipe books, ignorance is bliss. Well, ignorance is never bliss. You need to know what you're eating, you need to know what you're doing. So you have a nutrition fact panel with every single recipe telling you everything about that recipe that you just created. So we want you to know that not only do these taste great, which they all do, but they're just as healthy as we say they are, because you could read the contents following every single recipe, and no one else has invested in doing that for every single recipe in their book.
Yeah, I love knowing that, like how many calories, what are the nutrients and the nutrition facts. That's very, very important to me, as it is for you, I'm sure.
So we get not only better, healthier food.
Yes.
We get easy to understand instructions from a cordon bleu trained chef. I mean, it doesn't get much better. For $7.90, we have about 500 left with everybody in the ordering process. We will send it to you with free shipping and handling. Yep. And Andrew, you're the ultimate taste tester, but all the...
I have a mouthful now. Okay.
I'll fill a bit more, hold on.
Put the fork down.
Bad timing. But the truth is, all the reviews that came through, that must make you both feel great.
Yeah, the reviews are amazing. Like I said, we have like, I think, over 1,000 reviews on all the cookbooks, and they're 4.7 star average, which is really amazing for any cookbook.
And again, because the goal of these cookbooks is to make healthy eating enjoyable, and also to make healthy eating transparent. It shouldn't be a mystery. You should be able to see what's exactly in everything you make in terms of its nutrient content, carbohydrate, fat, sugar content. We even break down the levels of carotenoids like lutein or lycopene or zeaxanthin, things like that. So it really is, the more informed we are, and this is something that's in the clinical science, the more informed we are, the healthier we are. The more educated we are, the healthier we become, which is why I devote what I do to trying to inform and educate us, because I know that those are the keys to the kingdom when it comes to good health. So a book like this is designed to really inform your eating. And if it informs your eating, nothing can affect your health more than changing how you eat. And we're talking in a fashion that is just, and certainly read my blog. I mean, my lipid levels, simply by changing what I ate in less than 30 days, changed by almost 40%. That what we eat exerts a profound impact on who we are, who we will become, and how long we get to stick around here. And a book like this is a very simple, very affordable way to go about learning how to be healthier.
So many of us, I always say, I want to be like Andrew when I grow up, so I want to know what he's eating. Andrea, Muriel,
I was just gonna eat
truly. Another quick meatball. All right, let's go for a little walk this way.
No more meatballs.
So next, we're going to keep the topic of food, this time to something that so many of us do consume every single day. I certainly love my oatmeal, my oat bran. But Andrew, you have taken oatmeal and oat bran to a whole new level. You talk about the cholesterol-lowering benefits. You created really a world first with yours.
Well, absolutely. No one else had done this. Oatmeal and oat bran has already been accepted, established. Even the Food and Drug Administration allows a claim for it in terms of lowering cholesterol, in terms of reducing our risk of heart disease. So we already know how powerful oatmeal and oat bran are. And oat bran is actually more powerful. I prefer oat bran to oatmeal. I love them both, but I prefer oat bran. And oat bran contains higher concentrations of beta-glucan, so its inherent cholesterol-lowering properties are even better. And then what we did, and it's amazing how Mother Nature works, we added our Cholesterol ingredient, a special form of our Cholesterol ingredient, to the oatmeal and oat bran. It's just a plant sterol. It made the oatmeal and oat bran even more delicious, even more creamy, and took its cholesterol lowering power and didn't just increase it a little bit, but it probably more likely doubled, tripled, quadrupled it, because oatmeal and oat bran can lower your cholesterol. It's powerful, 3 to 5%. What we've added to the oatmeal and oat bran, it can change that to 10, 15, 20%. So it dramatically transformed our oatmeal and oat bran into something unlike any other product on the market. Plus, unlike every other product on the market pretty much, ours is organic and it's gluten-free. Most even organic oat bran is not gluten-free. Gluten-free is so hard, especially with oat bran, almost impossible to find. It didn't exist. We had to get it made. So oat bran being organic and gluten-free, oatmeal, of course, organic and gluten-free, because oatmeal and oats in our country have been contaminated with gluten. So unless it's specially handled and really segregated, it's not gluten-free. So there's no oat bran, oatmeal product like this anywhere in the world. If you want to eat oatmeal or oat bran to lower your cholesterol, to say help to reduce your risk of heart disease, there's no better choice available anywhere in the world.
So Muriel, we also get a recipe book, correct?
Yeah, you get like a mini recipe booklet. So you get IDs, savory IDs, and so you can eat oatmeal every day or oat bran. What I love about it with oatmeal, it's very filling and satisfying. So once you have it, you're not hungry for a really long time. I have it for breakfast. After that, I don't need to eat until like lunch without any snack or nothing.
It fills you up.
Very filling, satiety. And we have some super fun recipe like overnight oatmeal if you don't have time to actually cook it in the microwave or in the pan. And also we have some fun, how do you call that, savory, so oatmeal with mushroom and goat cheese, some little oatmeal meatloaf. So it's really
You can do
fun.
a lot with it then.
Oh my God, it's really
You use it
like,
to make crusts on things as well, so.
yes, absolutely. So it's very creative and you have like little inspirational recipes for you every day.
And when you use our oatmeal, again, or oat bran, and you incorporate it into, Muriel makes those meatballs using the oat bran or the oatmeal.
Famous meatballs.
And
Famous
you're
meatballs.
also getting the Cholesterol benefit as well. And mind you, with oat bran, a 1/4 cup, with oatmeal, a 1/3 of a cup, that's the standard serving size. You're getting 2 capsules of Cholesterol with each of those. So when I have my 1/4 cup of oat bran every morning, 2 capsules of Cholesterol. And if you want to, during the day, you have a capsule of Cholesterol, say, with lunch or dinner. We could talk about that in a little bit. But it's an opportunity to take oatmeal and oat bran, which is already Mother Nature's probably most popular natural gift for cholesterol reduction, and just enhance it dramatically, doubling, tripling, maybe quadrupling its cholesterol-lowering power.
Just to take a look at the pricing, because this is actually our monthly special right now. So every month, Andrew does a special. This is the special for March. There's the 30 servings, the 60 or the 90, the 180. Since I was introduced to the oatmeal and I like the oatmeal, I like both the oatmeal and the oat bran, but I do prefer the oatmeal. Folks, this is a wonderful value. Today, it's $99.90, you save $40. If you already eat oatmeal or oat bran, switch to this and you will see such remarkable benefits. And again, if you go for the oat bran, the special price is $119.90 and it's $45. I think, Muriel, one of the big things, talking to people backstage, they see this and they go, okay, this obviously there's a lot of benefits, but they worry that the taste isn't going to be as good as what they're already eating.
Oh no, it's really unbelievable. Tastes delicious and amazing. And Andrew was talking about cinnamon earlier today. I add sometimes a couple of caps of his cinnamon on the top of the oatmeal or oat bran. So, and then you have tons of inspiration with the fruits to put on it. It's a delicious oatmeal. He did a really wonderful job with this.
And I think one of the unique aspects is just when you go about choosing the best oatmeal or oat bran, organic and gluten-free that you could find, it becomes different than the typical products that you see out in supermarkets. And I think that's why just when people are reviewing this, beyond the reviews about lowering their cholesterol level, when you read the reviews, I'd say the substantial majority of them talk about how delicious, how creamy, how different, how fresh our oatmeal and oat bran taste. And I think, what are the reviews? That's, wow.
4.8.
That's 4.8 stars. So out of 77 reviews, 69 reviews are 5-star and 2 are 4-star. So 71 are just, even 3 stars are usually good reviews as well. So, and that was, I think, was that oat bran or oatmeal?
That was the oat bran.
The oat bran,
yeah.
And I'm sure oatmeal is probably similarly reviewed.
Right there.
Okay, so, yeah, oh, so are they combined or are they? Oh, here
there we go.
Here we
Even
go.
more.
So 202 reviews, and again, 4.8 stars. So out of 202 reviews, 182 is that?
Yep.
Are 5-star reviews, and 7 are 4 stars. So if you, that's pretty amazing.
It's
that
a winner.
means 13 of 202 aren't 4 or 5-star reviews. So it truly is the most exceptional oatmeal and oat bran you'll ever taste. And then in terms of purity, organic and gluten-free, and then even better than that, if you're like me, someone who's eating oatmeal or oat bran to help with your cholesterol levels, to have, you know, a lifetime reduced risk of cardiovascular disease, then this is an oatmeal or oat bran unlike any you could find anywhere.
Stay in the ordering process for the March special. Don't forget, read Andrew's blog and always check out the special every single month. Just before we move to our next major item, I just want to mention this. Andrew, I've never presented the Ultimate PC with you before.
We're just going to talk about it for a minute. I would grab a spoon of it and eat it, but then I won't be able to talk. Our PC granules, that's phosphatidylcholine. It also contains phosphatidylserine, phosphatidylainositol, and phosphatidylethanolamine. It contains all the principal phospholipids. In terms of our liver and brain, the structure of those two organs are dependent on phospholipids. In terms of liver detoxification, this is the sort of foundational go-to product because it's a structural component for our liver. But I love PC granules because they're amazing to add to a cup of warm oatmeal or oat bran. They kind of have an almondy, nutty kind of a taste.
Do you have some?
I'm not sure if these are warm here, but I could show everyone. If I just take a spoon, they're kind of like a nut butter. So if we get some here, and you just sprinkle it in, and well, the oatmeal isn't warm here and moist, but you sprinkle it in, and it doesn't even have to dissolve. It's just a absolutely delicious, almondy, nutty. It melts in your mouth. It goes in your mouth as powder, but then it dries almost like almond butter or pecan butter, and it's absolutely incredible, and it's just almost entirely phospholipids, which are extremely important molecules in terms of all our cell membranes, but especially our liver and our brain.
Yeah, it's very easy to add to smoothie as well. I use it
I'm
quite
gonna have it. No,
now he's going to take the
PC,
mouthful.
yeah.
No, we do this all the time. I do this in the morning when I do my marine collagen. I'll also do a spoonful of the PC granules.
Yeah, I love the taste. It's really amazing.
You can't talk after you
As
take
we
it.
all watch Andrew do that.
No, it's like, it becomes like peanut butter in your mouth. But it's absolutely delicious. I love the texture. It's incredibly satisfying. And it's phospholipids.
I need to try that later. I need to say, honestly, because the thing is that once you do these things and you start doing them, it becomes habit, it becomes part of the routine. Muriel, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
We will see you maybe
Merci, Muriel.
tomorrow?
À tout à l'heure.
À tout à l'heure, oui.
Ouais.
Or maybe later
À très
today with
bientôt.
Colleen as well.
Okay.
Thank you, Muriel.
Bye.
À plus tard.
À
She's
tout à l'heure.
an amazing lady and an
FMCS.
amazing chef. Look, guys, we're going to go over this way. And the French is just, I feel like, well, at the moment, Andrew, we're kind of neighbours of the European Union for however long that lasts, you know?
Well, it looks like, yes.
It's not looking good.
Great Britain is leaving the European Union, but who knows? The world is changing. What I've often said, and I said this in my blog post, I had said after the election, I said, well, the election's over. All that negative stuff, all that's done, so we can all settle down and calm down. You know, we've elected a new president. Everything's going to be fine. Boy, was I wrong. So what I now say is, in terms of our lives, we can only change ourselves. We can only affect the world around us. We have to do our very best, especially the way news has become. News isn't reading a long story in the newspaper or magazine or hearing a journalist on TV. News has become this provocative sort of drumbeat of negativity. So if we want to have our peace of mind, which is all about health and wellness, peace of mind is a vital part of being healthy and being well. We need to be able to separate the parts of our world that we can touch and we can manage and we influence, and the parts of our world that just wears on us and damages us. So I think that's something we all need to focus on, is finding a healthy way to separate ourselves from this drumbeat of negativity that our political world has become, and find a way to just look at things positively. And we can't change that world outside, but to the extent we can influence our world.
This is a time to focus on us, our families, the people that we love the most. So still to come in this hour, of course, the final presentation for this afternoon of our today's special Essential One. But in a moment, we're going to talk about another key product in Andrew's vitamin and supplement lineup, and that, of course, is Fibermucil. Andrew, this is another major part of our lives where if we're not getting the correct amount, it causes hurt in every respect.
You know, we won't have much time to talk about this. And speaking of oatmeal and oat bran, I said before I empty a couple of capsules of this into my oat bran every morning. And I take Fibermucil. Typically, I take 1 or 2 capsules of Fibermucil with every single meal. It makes Cholesterol work better. Fibermucil actually helps to lower total cholesterol and LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol. Also helps, lifetime helps to reduce our risk of heart disease, which is something very important. And fiber, the lack of fiber is almost defining of the American diet. The way I currently eat is almost defined by my pursuit of fiber.
Wow.
Whether it's eating nuts and seeds and legumes, those have become my principal sources of throughout the day snacks that are protein. Throughout the day, I used to eat things like eggs as a source of protein. Now I really look to things that are nuts and seeds and rich in fiber. Fibermucil delivers that fiber that's absolutely critical for regularity. And I think so many of us think that regularity is just beyond our control, beyond our reach. But if you deliver to your body the fiber it needs, it's kind of, if your muscles are atrophied and you lose the muscles on your body, you'd know that if you work out in a gym and you do sort of resistance training, as they call it, those muscles will wake up. The same with your digestive system and the musculature and the composition of how it functions. If you deliver a diet that's rich in healthy, abundant fiber, and this is the mildest source of fiber you're going to find, then you have that opportunity to create regularity. Regularity is the normal state of our body. Being irregular and being constipated is not the normal state. But the way we eat in America doesn't deliver the nutrients, fiber being considered, say, a nutrient here, that are part of regularity. But when you deliver it in a mild, consistent fashion, just 1 or 2 capsules with each meal, transformational. And fiber is one of those ingredients that most people love to hate. And this is another one of those products that typically people love to hate a product like this, but it's almost a perfectly reviewed product. A fiber product that's almost perfectly reviewed.
Right there. 780 perfect 5-star reviews out of 951. Fibermucil is available right now on the FlexPay, and of course with free shipping and handling. Order yours today. I think the key word to take away from what Andrew just said was transformational. That's what this is going to be.
And it's just fiber. And it's kind of funny to think that you'll read reviews when you read the reviews on this product that talk about life-changing over and over and over. Simple product, straightforward product. And all of my products come with a 30-day money-back guarantee. But again, what this product should do, it should remind you to reach for products that deliver fiber. And fiber in lettuces and greens, they don't tend to be that rich in fiber. Things like legumes, nuts, and seeds tend to be richer in fiber.
We're going to head over to that side of the studio to another new one, Andrew, that I don't think I've ever presented with you, resveratrol.
Right. Well, this is not just resveratrol. This is a special product that many people were taking our resveratrol our EGCG, which is resveratrol is the most important ingredient, polyphenol in red wine. EGCG is the most important polyphenol in green tea. And then grapeseed extract and pomegranate. These are our four most popular products in terms of botanical protective compounds. So we did, and this is a special savings, extra special savings, we did a composite product. If you look at the if sold separately pricing of the ingredients here, it's among the best savings you'll see this weekend. And as you can see there, just on the large size, if you look at just the resveratrol alone at $159, basically you're getting all of the other ingredients today for free.
So that's $348. Our price is $159. You save nearly $200 on that, Andrew.
And it's a year's supply, and you're getting 100 milligrams of resveratrol. You're also getting the same in terms of EGCG. So these are the most popular common protective compounds. We make separate versions of each of these, but by far and away the most affordable way to get, if you're going to get resveratrol today, you're getting the three others without spending a penny more.
So if you'd like to order this one, again, FlexPay is available. Free shipping and handling, we'll send it all out to you. This really is a mega powerful combination. You're getting so much good stuff here. And maybe this is your day. Maybe this is the day where you're discovering Andrew for the first time and you're saying, okay, I'm gonna do this for me. This is a product that will have a significant difference in your life. So with the resveratrol and everything else, Andrew, these are key. And again, it's all about a whole healthy being, isn't it?
Well, these are ingredients that have been recognized for their benefits as components in food. And I take seriously that what we do, we don't drink drugs or medicines. What we make are dietary supplements.
Right.
So each of the ingredients in these products has been recognized independently as a component in pomegranate, as a component in green tea. Green tea is, I consider, the most healthiest beverage we could consume. By the way, for those of you, I think there's been a lot of talk that coffee's bad, coffee's bad. Actually, drinking coffee, as long as you don't put bad things in it, as long as you don't drink it too much in terms of it becoming too much of a stimulant, coffee also contains protective compounds. But the beverage that I believe has the best research and the highest concentration of beneficial protective compounds, that would be green tea.
Right.
So the EGCG in this product, that is the most important antioxidant protective compound that's present in green tea. So you get 100 milligrams of resveratrol, which is the equivalent of, I think it's like at least several hundred, if not several thousand glasses of red wine. You get the equivalent of about 6 cups of green tea, and then you get the pomegranate extract, which is the equivalent of several glasses of pomegranate juice, and then you get our grapeseed extract, an extract from the seed of grapes, and that seed contains something called proanthocyanidins. So again, these are incredibly protective compounds, each one individually available, but it's much more affordable to get them all together.
The powerhouse that it is, all in one small, easy to swallow, gentle on the stomach capsule. Stay in the ordering process for this one. And of course, when you do get this home and you start feeling those benefits, I know it means a lot to Andrew and all of us here at the network to please leave a review. The power of your words, you have no idea. It validates everything.
Well, what's interesting is we encourage everyone to do that, but it's up to them. And I think that's why folks leave reviews, because they're generally surprised at how different these products are.
Yeah, it's true. All right, let's do it. Let's go over. Andrew, there's one item, of course, that everybody should have, and that is our today's special, the one-time-a-year essential one. As you said, Andrew, if you only take one, let it be this one.
Yeah, and Essential One is something that we talked about before, that Muriel and I talked about her book, that I'm emphatic about the importance of a healthy diet. Right. And what defines a healthy, nutritious diet are the nutrients that are contained in that diet. The healthier we eat, the more abundant those healthy compounds are. And that's all Essential One is. It's the same ingredients that a healthy diet focuses on.
Folks, they are telling me, wow, okay, our producer Steve, who's always giving me the latest information, we just surpassed 40,000 of our today's special. So thank you and congratulations. If you're looking for the best value, it's going to be right down here, and that's the 400 caps. The 400 caps is going to save you $90, and it's only $79.90, and it's on 4 FlexPay. So just to be clear, 40,000 orders, nearly 36,000 of them have been in the 400 caps. So the 400 caps are, at this stage, stage by far and above the most limited. There's so many of us who take a multivitamin right now, and we're going to address that. In about 5 or 10 minutes, we're going to compare your multivitamin to Andrew's multivitamin. The big ones, Centrum and One A Day, will show you the difference. For so many of us, to Andrew's opening point, our diet is not conducive to overall best health. So we need a supplement. And if we're going to take a supplement, let's get the one with the most benefits. And a big part of this, Andrew, is your 2000 IU.
Of vitamin D3.
Yeah.
And most of us, we try to eat well. Most of us in America sadly eat poorly. But even if you had a perfect diet, you still wouldn't be getting the levels of vitamin D3 you need. If you look at folks who are not supplementing vitamin D, just out in the general population, and I could read this from a chart from the US government, from the National Institute of Health, over 90% of Americans will be found to be deficient or insufficient in vitamin D. And that's not a small deficiency or insufficiency, because there is no vitamin that plays a greater role in more systems in our body than vitamin D. So if there was another nutrient that was as deficient, which pretty much B12 and vitamin E are pretty close, they still don't play as important a role. As important as B12 is for energy production and for synthesis of red blood cells and things like that, it still doesn't come close to vitamin D and all the roles that vitamin D plays. But again, assuming we all were eating perfectly, which we're not, but assuming we were all eating perfectly, this product is still absolutely essential for just the vitamin D, the B12, also things like lutein, lycopene, zeaxanthin, the biotin, which isn't available in our diet, also the vitamin E, which most diets are also deficient or insufficient in vitamin E. So it's very easy, even if we assume everything was perfect in our lives in terms of how we ate, it still is very easy to justify the investment here. If you look at the cost, because unlike other typical once daily multivitamins, this was not designed to just give you a sprinkling of all those different nutrients. It was designed to function as a meaningful, virtually separate supplement for the key nutrients we talk about. In terms of B12, 250 micrograms of B12, that's my most popular separate B12 product. You basically get the same product in here with B-complex. With my vitamin D 2000, that's our most popular formula of vitamin D. People are thinking and would say, gosh, you're making vitamin D available in your Essential One. People aren't going to buy vitamin D. I don't care. I want them to get the vitamin D. If they get it for free as part of Essential One, so much the better. It means they're getting more value for a lesser investment. So what you're talking about here is a multivitamin that also the form of B12, unlike any B12 supplement available in any store, both because it's absorption protected and it's natural methylcobalamin. That's the coenzyme form. That's the form that your body uses. The typical form in supplements, not the typical, the form that's found in every other supplement you're going to find in stores, and you could validate it by reading the label, it's going to say cyanocobalamin. For decades, for me, that was the only form available. And for us, the protected cyanocobalamin was the only form available because we wanted to protect our B12 so it actually benefited you, unlike everybody else. So we actually had to spur the development of this special protected form of methylcobalamin. And it's something I've wanted to do for years and years and years. I've read questions about it, and we did it. We accomplished it. No one else has, no one else did. So we deliver a form of B12 unlike any other product. And again, here I am standing on a home shopping channel, and we're talking about the most scientifically sophisticated form of B12 available in any dietary supplement in the world. And that's what you get. And you get 2,000 IU of vitamin D3. You get levels of lutein, lycopene, zeaxanthin, not available in any other leading multivitamin. In fact, probably 90% of them give you 0 of everything. None of them give you zeaxanthin except mine. So this is a one-of-a-kind opportunity. It's a small capsule, an easy-to-swallow capsule, an ultrafine powder that won't upset your stomach, because I can't tolerate tablets either. So the only products we make are capsules that are easy to swallow and won't upset your stomach.
It's just hands down everything. That's the wonderful thing. It's not just us talking about this in a wonderful way and hyping this product up. When you stack it up against everybody else, they lose. Everybody loses.
Well, hype, to me, hype generally means exaggeration.
Yes.
What I try to do is stick to the facts. Not the alternative facts, mind you, but the facts. So I like to stick to the facts. It's a capsule. It's not here. We could look right here. We could look at all the typical multivitamins with their big tablets, and then I could show you my product. It's a small capsule, and then I'm going to show you what's in the capsule. And this is, I'm often asked, this is not a special stage capsule. This is an actual capsule of the product from a random bottle. So you're looking at an ultrafine powder that's pH neutral. These are artificial colors. And what's fascinating, some of these, and if I can even break them in half. Can you break?
Oh, wow, okay.
Not easy to do. But you'll even see different colors inside. So it's kind of bluish inside, it's orange on the outside, so they use multiple colors. And then they use agents to make the color more opaque, like titanium dioxide. So it's fascinating how they go to great lengths to, I don't know, do they think we need to see pretty colors? We're not children.
Clearly.
But my product is just that bland, ultrafine powder. Yep. That's it. There's nothing else. It's
what we want.
Maybe it's ugly, but it's nice and pretty in that capsule. But then the moment you swallow that capsule, within minutes, that capsule is dissolving, liberating an ultrafine powder, and that ultrafine powder is gentle to even the most sensitive stomach because it's pH neutral, it's non-acidic. If anything, it exerts a bit of a buffering effect on the contents of your stomach, so it won't be unsettling, it will be settling.
But Andrew, I mean, you better than anybody understand that it's hard for somebody to hear this at home, because for the past 15 years I've seen all these flashy commercials preaching this wonderful lifestyle with this amazing all-in-one, and now we're stood on TV saying, everything might not be as it seems.
Well, in probably a few hours in all the stores around the country, they sell more of their multivitamins than I'll sell in a year. So we're just a little voice, and they have all those fancy commercials that are running throughout the year, every day. They do things differently. They deliver, originally when I was first comparing to their products, they were delivering 200 to 400 IU of vitamin D. I never delivered less than 1,000 IU, even 38 years ago, never less than 1,000 IU. They've always used artificial colors. I've never used an artificial color in any product I've ever made. I don't use manufacturing additives. We just take the ingredients, the active beneficial ingredients you want, vitamins, minerals, carotenoids like lutein, lycopene, zeaxanthin. That's it. That's what we put in our products. We keep it very, very simple. It goes into a 2-piece capsule. It's more expensive to do it my way, but you wouldn't know from the price today, because also, when you look at my product at less than 20 cents a day in the large size, at a little over 30 cents a day, even in the try-me size, in the smallest size, you're getting a separate vitamin D. You're getting 2,000 IU vitamin D. You're getting a separate B12 that is the most sophisticated B12 in the world that can benefit you orally, that will benefit you orally, because most B12 cannot. It's destroyed in your stomach. That is also the most advanced form of B12 in that it's the natural methylcobalamin form, and not cyanocobalamin, which cyanocobalamin actually liberates trace amounts of cyanide as it's metabolized, which cyanide is present in small amounts in all our food, but why add to that? So the level of sophistication here and the value presented, and then just looking at with our B12, we give roughly 33 times more B12, not 33 times, about 80 times, I think. What is it? I think theirs are typically 6. If I'm not mistaken. So we give 40 times more.
Wow.
We give roughly 40 times more B12 than the leading brands. We give roughly now 2 times as much vitamin D because they've now increased up to 1,000. Good for them. I appreciate that. In terms of the other B vitamins, we give roughly about 5 to 7 times more. In terms of biotin, the most expensive of the B vitamins, the beauty vitamin, we give 17 times more.
Amazing.
So, okay, we're talking about giving 40 times more B12, 17 times more biotin. The most expensive ingredients, lutein, lycopene, zeaxanthin, most of them give 0 of those. So it wouldn't almost matter how much we charged. We are an exceptional value compared to any of them, even if theirs was almost free. That when you look at how much more we give of what you need, the value is incomparable. So even ignoring how sophisticated our ingredients are, how easy it will be to swallow, that it will not upset your stomach, and simply looking at it from an apples to apples ingredient comparison without considering that our B12 probably costs 5, 10 times more than theirs, that this still is a far better value than theirs.
And I appreciate having this open kind of discussion with Andrew and everybody at home, because I think it's an important discussion that has to be had. And I think even though, you know, away from the studios, I'm Andrew's like biggest advocate. If I see somebody or meet somebody, a friend of mine, family member, and I see them taking a multivitamin, I ask them, I talk to them, I share the Andrew Lessman story with them, and I'll tell you, there's always a look of suspicion. What are you trying to sell me now? But the truth of the matter is that if we just open our eyes a minute and look at what's going on here, it's as simple and plain as night and day. You cannot compare a Centrum, a One-A-Day, or any of the other big name brands to Andrew's Essential One. Who is it in your family, your life, that you care about, that you love, that you wish they ate a little bit better, but as much as you try, they won't? Let's get this for them. It's one capsule every single day. At the end of the last presentation, Andrew reeled off, I think, 9 or 10 reviews. I mean, people talk about more energy, more vitality, better hair, skin, and nails.
Well, we look at our B12 supplement, 250 micrograms, our standard B12 supplement. The exact same ingredients are in this product, so you'd expect to read those kinds of reviews about our B12 product, but you should expect them here as well. Our Healthy Hair, Skin, and Nails contains 4,000 micrograms of biotin. The original formula 20 years ago contained 500 micrograms in 2 capsules. Guess how much biotin we put in this product? 500 micrograms. It basically enters you into the world of our Healthy Hair, Skin, and Nail supplement. Typical multivitamins give 30. So we provide almost 17 times more biotin. Biotin's incredibly expensive, which is, I think, the reason behind most brands giving so little of it, because it is so expensive. Also the reason why none of them contain zeaxanthin. It's ridiculously expensive, zeaxanthin. I think when you look at the net cost of that, it's in the tens of thousands of dollars per kilogram, per 2 pounds. So it's thousands and thousands of dollars. Lycopene, lutein, zeaxanthin are all thousands of dollars per pound. So very expensive, which is why they're basically not seen, except maybe in a few products in trace amounts in the leading brands. But we make a product based upon what the product should be, not making cost-effectiveness decisions. So we make the right product, and the hardest part of all is fitting all of this into that small, easy. In fact, the vitamin D, to get these levels of vitamin D in here, I didn't mention this last night, we had to resort to a special concentrated form of vitamin D to pull this off, because we have so much in this little capsule, so much in there, no additives, just all beneficial ingredients, that we didn't know we could do this, but we were able to pull this off. So again, it's something that, this is a very unique special formula. Just if you've invested in my vitamin D in the past, basically for that same price that my normal vitamin D 2000 IU would sell for, you get this whole product with everything else in it.
There is nothing normal about this product, and there is nothing normal about anything Andrew has ever done.
It sounds bad.
In the best possible way, I mean that. From his all solar power.
My parents might be watching. That sounds very bad.
Well, you've already said the story about the rocks. We know more about you. The truth of the matter is, from the way they manufacture it, Andrew said, let's do it all with solar power. Let's go to Nevada. Let's power this from the sun. Let's create vitamins with no binders or fillers or additives or colors or preservatives or lubricants. Let's do none of that. Let's create the world's finest vitamin, and let's do it in a way that nobody's ever done before. You know, I talk about not being normal. What you're watching right now is not normal for home shopping or any shopping channel. This is something where Andrew has bucked the trend completely. Andrew is out here with the hard facts, the important facts, truly sharing very important, life-changing information. And I really believe, I wholeheartedly believe, that's why Andrew and his products are so successful. Because you can't buy trust, you earn it. And 38 years later, there are so many of us that would never ever buy another vitamin. This is the multivitamin that changes everything.
And just it's very simple. That's very nice of you to say, Adam. But
I mean every word of it.
No, but it's very simple when you simply look at the fact. When you look at the pharmaceutical space, pharmaceutical companies long ago realized that if they had a large dosage form, they needed to put it in a capsule. Even what they would do is they'll take tablets, they'll coat them in gelatin that looks like a capsule because they know it makes it a little bit easier to swallow or preferred. A real capsule is easier to swallow because it's soft. It gives a little bit. and it goes down easily. So if the companies making these leading multivitamins, if they really cared about you and your experience with their product, they would have long ago put it in a capsule, just as pharmaceutical companies do when they have a large dosage form. What do? They put it in a capsule, or they masquerade it like it's in a capsule. Right. So it's very straightforward. If this became all about you and all about your experience and all about your benefits, it would look like my products.
Right.
Unfortunately, I'm not in every retail store in the country. I wouldn't want to be, because the moment I'd be in every retail store in the country, yes, my sales would be thousands of times higher, but I would lose total control of the distribution of that product. They could sit in warehouses for God knows how long, sit on store shelves for who knows how long. So what we do here is we make all our own products. Most of those products, or a lot of those products you see out on store shelves, aren't made by the company selling them. They're made by some other contract manufacturer who makes them for somebody else. We make everything ourselves. We make it with solar energy. Something else we do that we haven't talked about, beyond being environmentally responsible, and I don't think there's probably another company in America that, I hope there are, but is as environmentally responsible as we are in terms of really having virtually zero carbon footprint at all. But we also try to be socially responsible. Good time to talk about this is talking about a multivitamin. A multivitamin like Essential One is critical for our well-being, especially for our long-term health of a society because of vitamin D and B12, but a prenatal vitamin is absolutely essential for a developing child, for a mother having that child, and our prenatal vitamins are distributed throughout the world. We are basically the largest donor, not basically, we are the largest donor of prenatal vitamins in the entire world. The government organizations and non-government organizations all around the world depend upon us. That this is something that we've been doing now for I think about 6 years.
It's wonderful.
And we've given away a few million years of prenatal vitamins, literally a few million years of prenatal vitamins. And it's something that changes communities, it changes lives, it saves lives. So, you know, leaving this planet having changed lives and touched lives, that's hopefully what it's all about. But that's something else we do, and that's something that I consider among the most important things that we do as a company, that we are grateful for the opportunity to make the world's finest multivitamins. And one of the ways we show our gratitude is by sharing it with people who are less fortunate than we are. And again, people have said, well, why do you give all those prenatal vitamins away around the world? Why don't you give them right here in America? Right now, about 1/4 of all of those prenatal vitamins are right here in America. You know, we might have a higher standard of living than the developing countries throughout the world, but there are still parts and pockets of this country that need help and need assistance. So we do exactly that. So 1/4 of them are donated right here in America.
And so far, 26 million bottles have been donated, and that will grow every single moment of every single day, certainly while we're shopping for our today's special. Time flies when we're doing this, and they just let me know we have about 15 minutes left to oh boy, only 12 minutes left.
11 minutes.
My
yes.
gosh. Okay, so there's a lot still to get to. Reviews, we're going to do the side-by-side comparison so you can see how this stacks up to a Centrum or a One A Day. These are compelling arguments.
And I have to thank, I guess, I don't think it was Centrum One A Day. When I was a little kid, my mom made me take a daily multivitamin. I think it was called, I don't think they exist any longer. I think it was called Unicap. Kind of a cool name, Unicap.
Yeah.
Unicap. But, and every time I took it, I'd get sick to my stomach. Talk about a terrible association.
No wonder you remember it, yeah.
No, talk about a terrible association as a child. In fact, it's funny, I did a little research project for school where I had 2 groups of mice, one not getting vitamins, the other one getting supplemented vitamins, when I was probably 10 years old. And the supplemented group were more active and healthier and actually gained more weight and things like that. Part of the reason they gained more weight is one of them was pregnant. But the reason why I did the research, I was going to show my mom that vitamins didn't matter because I didn't want to take them any longer.
Boy, were you wrong.
No, but the funny thing is, that's what so many people comment on in the reviews, is their past experiences. Mine might have gone back to me being an 8 or 9-year-old swallowing a big tablet. But so many of us, at whatever age, that's the experience we had. Because the variety, it's all comparing the same things to one another. When you look at all the leading brands, in fact, when you look at, say, all the different, what might be CVS or Walgreens or Walmart or whatever the different retailers, they make their own multivitamins, or they don't make them. They have them made for them. Contract manufacturers make them for them. And basically all they are, they're a knockoff, they're a copy of the leading multivitamins,
Right.
whether it's Centrum or whether it's One A Day, which are the big guys. So basically all these products, they all like to do their commercials and make you think they're all so different from one another. They're all the same.
Right.
They're all tablets. They all contain artificial colors, or I think pretty much all of them do. So ours is genuinely one that's different. It's as different simply because it's a easy to swallow dosage form. It's an easy to digest dosage form. Just simply looking at it, you could tell that. You don't have to be a scientist. It doesn't contain the artificial colors. It's going to be gentle on your stomach. It's, as I said, easy to swallow. And then if you really want to get into the nitty-gritty, the levels of vitamin D, the levels of B12, the levels of biotin, incomparable. The levels of all the B complex, incomparable. And then the fact that our B12 is the natural form that others don't have. Our vitamin E is the natural form others don't have. You can go down the list. Our vitamin C is non-acidic, so it won't upset your stomach. Our biotin, 17 times more than the leading brands, 17 times more. So I would say it would be nice to compare us to these other guys, but it really is unfair. It's not nice to them to do that. So ours is just so different that it's almost as though they're one thing and we're something else. Right. You know, we're both multivitamin, multimineral products, but it's like comparing a horse and buggy to trying to think of some sophisticated, like a Tesla or something like that.
Sure.
They're light years apart, and I think the comparison is not all that misplaced.
Well, in these final moments, we'd certainly love for you to shop and kind of make that decision to say, I'm going to do it, I'm going to take it, I'm going to change maybe what I'm already using, and I'm going to switch to Essential One. It really starts here. For anybody that's new to Andrew Lessman, this is where you begin. This will give you a comprehensive vitamin day after day after day, and you will feel the benefits of that.
Easiest thing is, it takes seconds a day. Typically, the difference you feel with the leading multivitamin is the unpleasantness of swallowing it and using it. This, you'll take it, you'll forget it, and the only thing you'll notice is subsequent that you feel well, and you wonder why you feel well, which we read in so many reviews. So it's pleasant to use. It literally takes seconds a day. Also, it costs less than 20 cents a day in the 400 capsule, which will last until our next Today special next year, sometime in 2018. And it delivers levels that just if you were buying a separate vitamin D, a high-quality vitamin D, or a sophisticated B12 like my B12, either one of those alone is worth the investment in the product. So you eliminate those other separate products because you're now getting them essentially for free in your multivitamin. But it's just going to read some reviews. I try to read a few in each show, but I have like 300 charts. I think we've gotten through about 14. Essential One is the best multivitamin. I've been a customer of Andrew Lessman for over 25 years. The Essential One is one of my favorite vitamins because I'm not a big eater, and a lot of the time I don't eat the right foods. But as long as I take Essential One, I know I'm getting all the other nutrients that I would normally not have gotten if I didn't take Andrew Lessman's vitamins. They are easy to swallow and have no aftertaste. By the way, something that might be easy to overlook in there, a customer of my company for 25 years. There are lots of folks who've been using our products consistently for over 30 years, and you get to see their reviews periodically online. But I think a lot of us change our vitamin loyalty the way we change our socks. But I think because what I try to do is not sell my product, but educate and inform about our product, anybody and everybody can sell something. And I don't consider myself to be a very compelling or effective salesperson. I do consider myself to be pretty good at explaining and differentiating my product from others. And as I said before, giving the real facts, giving just the facts about the products. Its nutrient content, the levels of nutrients, the form of nutrients, the form of the product, and why that will make a difference when you experience it and you use it. So,
Andrew, how significant is it at this stage? Because I mean, we knew this would be popular. Did you think we'd be at 3,000 already?
No. We basically planned for the day to be totally at about 50,000. So we are going to be out of the large size suit. As I said, we always hold back capsules.
Yeah.
So we'll have the ability to make, I think, 7,000 or 8,000 more of the large size, something in that neighborhood. So we don't need to worry about it now. We've got plenty, but I can assure everyone that by 10, 11, 12 o'clock tonight, I'm on at 9 p.m., I believe, it will be gone.
Just for anybody that likes the very best deal, it's this day. This day in March is the best day of the entire year to buy Essential One. It's always a great value online at hsn.com, but the savings today are dramatic. They are significant savings, and it is something that you will be taking every day. So you buy it now, and then we're done until 2018. Okay, what's next?
Yeah, once a year we do this, and we try to do this. We schedule our most popular products. It's kind of the opposite of other businesses. They tend to put their biggest sale on their things they're trying to get rid of. What we actually do, because we are the manufacturer, we plan this special once-a-year event. So our ability to buy raw materials, our ability to go ahead and do the production, makes this incredibly cost-effective for us and cost-effective for you. And therein is the source of all the incredible savings. So we know we will not do another Today Special. This is how we do this. We're only on really 4 times a year. We do basically 9 or 10 Today Specials a year. So this is not going to be a Today Special until sometime in 2018.
Okay.
But we specifically try to make the dosage, if you get the large size, it will last you until our next Today Special. Because again, 1 capsule per day. I've read some reviews where people say they love this so much, they take 2 or 3 capsules. No. 1 capsule per day is what this is designed to be. As much as you might love it, 1 capsule per day. I don't need to be selling more of this. If you insist on taking something else, you're better off making an investment in something else, like omega-3s, or for instance, you could be getting our turmeric product, whatever might, our circulation and vein support, our Ultimate Eye, whatever it might be. But look to something and its other specific benefits, because this is not delivering benefits being taken twice a day. It's specifically balanced at once per day. So as we continue, I'll read a couple more reviews before we run along. Fabulous as usual. I only buy vitamins from Andrew. They are pure and work. His plant uses solar power, which is awesome. I've been using this vitamin since 2006.
Wow.
Again, more than a decade, and have never been dissatisfied. He is the best. Thank you. Would not go a day without them. Love the vitamins. I believe this is my 3rd time ordering them. Now my husband takes them, so next time there is a special, we will be ordering a 6-month supply. I trust the quality of Andrew's products, and I like the fact that there are no fillers. These are my vitamins of choice, and it does not upset my stomach. Actually, I notice a difference when I don't take them. It only takes 1 capsule. I like this since it only takes 1 capsule to get all the essentials needed. And today, 2,000 IU vitamin D3. There is no aftertaste, and the capsule slides down easily with water. Best all-around multivitamin. I've tried just about every vitamin, and these work the best for me. In the past, I was reluctant to take vitamins even though I knew I should, because they made me feel nauseous. These do not, even on an empty stomach. I also have more confidence in the products from Andrew because they are made in the USA. We're manufactured right here, Henderson, Nevada. I started the company, and I hate saying this because it makes me feel older. I started the company over 38 years ago. I have to swallow a gulp when I say that. But I was just a mere child. It was, or as we say, prenatally.
Very advanced.
But no, it's something we've been doing for a long time. It's something that no one makes products as we make products, in terms of being pure, in terms of not using any additives, delivering the nutrients you want at the levels you seek. And we'll do one more review. The best. These are absolutely the best vitamins on the market. There is no comparison in the ingredients with other brands in the marketplace. I'm not sure why anyone would buy some of the store brands when these are available, and especially when you compare it to the price today. So even if 400 capsules of some store brand was going to be, even if it was just going to be $10, 1/8 the cost at $10, which it wouldn't be, but it's going to have artificial colors and be tablets and stuff, but 1/8 the cost. Then if you think about the fact that my product delivers B12, which is, say, the most important, one among the most important components, we're delivering 33 times more. I think it's actually 40 times more B12, that we're delivering 17 times more biotin, that we're delivering 2 to 5 times more vitamin D, that they don't even deliver lutein, lycopene, and zeaxanthin. So when you do the math, and most B vitamins were delivering 5 to 7 times more. So even if their product was almost free, as I said before, there's still no comparison.
The most important item that you will buy today, this week or this month, is Essential One. Maybe the New Year's resolutions didn't quite kick into full gear. This is a new beginning, a new start, a new habit that can only do good. Andrew, I know, returns tonight at 8 o'clock.
8 p.m., yes, it is 8 p.m.
And then
So I'll be back.
tomorrow night we have our Monday night show.
Yeah, Monday night
takeover.
show, we're going to do something, a fun little variety show, and we also want to collect your questions because that's what I want to do, is just provide answers and information. So that's
Andrew,
my goal.
sir, thank you so very much.
Oh, thanks. My pleasure. Thanks, everyone. See you at 8.
We'll see Andrew at 8 o'clock with Colleen. Of course, definitely leave your questions for Andrew. Make sure you check out Andrew's blog as well. He has a new blog that he just posted.
I wrote, it's wordsonwellness.com. That's my blog, and I talked very personally about some challenges that I had with my blood tests. We're all getting older, but how I just rolled back the clock by making intelligent dietary changes. It takes a little discipline, but the most rewarding changes I've ever made in my life that just got me excited to make even more changes.
The amazing Andrew Lessman, the amazing Andrew Lessman team, and of course, the amazing you. Thank you for watching. Carrie and Rhonda are on the way right after this.